Welcome to Around the Hearth, a Hearthstone podcast brought to you weekly.
Hey everyone, welcome to Around the Hearth. This is episode 7. I'm Evil Squirrel here, and along with me, as always, is somewhere located out in the middle of the ocean on a Navy boat is ZT Dubs.
ZT Dubs, I'm back. What's up?
And then, of course, our favorite Brit somewhere in the Netherlands, we have Rebobson, or Bobson, as everyone loves to call him.
Howdy.
And,
Howdy, partners.
It's good to be here, and thank you, everyone.
I'm offended by this statement.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in and joining us today. Whether you're listening or watching us live, it's good to have you here. So, as always, when we start each week, we like to talk about our week in Hearthstone. Why don't we have Bobson? Why don't you bring us in?
Well, so my week in Hearthstone has been, well, really 2 weeks in Hearthstone. Like, I've just been kind of dabbling and hovering around the rank 5 mark. I started playing a lot more Arena. Anyone who follows us on Facebook or Twitter would have seen that I got the most ridiculous Arena score of Hearth Arena. I got a 74.5 priest deck.
That's ridiculous.
With Corrupted Hogger, Corrupted Mogler, all the control cards, Potion of Madness, Shadow Madness, blah, blah, blah. But no board clears, so it got 5 wins.
That's Hearthstone for you.
But, in my defense, the decks I played against were fucking insane. On 0 wins, I played against a guy who had Tyrion.
Oh, man.
I think of the 8 games I played, at least 5 of them had a good legendary. And if it had just got maybe a Dragonfire potion or something, it might have it would have done better, but its only board clear was Holy Nova. And Holy Nova's terrible.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it just goes to show what Crip says about Priest and Arena. If you have Talon Priests, you win. If you don't have Talon Priests, you don't win.
Yeah.
I had no Talon Priests.
Yeah. My best Arena runs have definitely had multiple Talon Priests in it.
Yeah, I stay away from Priest. It's too much of a gamble for me.
Yeah, this was very much. I had 2 consecutive Priest runs, both of which had really high Arena scores, and both of them were because I had basically no choice. I think one of them was Priest, Warrior, and Druid, and the other was Priest, Druid, and Warlock.
Yeah, I think my highest score was 70. That's with Shaman. That was my 9-win run.
So 70 is about like the average now.
Yeah,
it's got pretty mad. I think the highest Crips got is 78.5.
Yeah, he just posted that. That's pretty disgusting. Does anyone know how he did with that?
I hope he lost.
I haven't seen. Yeah, I hope that failed spectacularly. It's always good when that happens.
So how are you doing with your Wild? I know you're going to try to push Wild this month.
I completely sacked that off. Since I've started doing all 3 servers, I haven't been able to concentrate on just doing one thing.
Yeah.
So I've been like, I'll play some America, I'll play some Asia, I'll play some Arena on Asia, I'll play some Standard Europe.
It's hard to keep up with these servers. I can barely keep up with one.
I'm really bad at keeping up with daily quests. Yeah. I missed 50% of them that aren't on Europe, just because I'm like, Oh fuck! I just forget to go on.
I have to keep one on my iPad, one on my phone, and one on the computer. That's the only way I can juggle 3 servers.
Well,
It's a lot.
I'm getting a new phone, so maybe I can go laptop, computer, phone. That's the goal. Just play the same deck. My aim for the end of the season is just to get rank 5 on all 4 things. Standard America, standard Asia.
When Pirate Warrior standard or Wild Pirate Warrior was, it's still big, but when it first got big, that's what I did for Europe. I played Europe in America. That's when I got rank 1 legend. I got rank, was it 2? I think it was 2 in Europe with just like a very botched Pirate Warrior deck, and then that's when I hit rank
just
1
cannons.
legend 2. Yeah, I was running like Reckless Rocketeer instead of Leroy and stuff like that. It was fun.
But in the past week, I've had some spectacular luck when it came to pack openings. Like I was following the advice from Trump, which is like you should just like open packs one at a time until you hit legendary, and then like change packs, because I wanted to buy a few packs on the servers I have less cards on. So on Asia, where I was running Reckless Rocketeer and Pirate Warrior, I opened a Leroy.
Awesome.
I wanted to. I decided that I wanted to try and run Purify Priest. So I was like, oh, I need Lyra. So I bought 15 Angoro packs and opened Lyra.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I was like, yes!
The RNG gods are on your side. Go play the lottery.
Yeah.
And in America, I opened a few classic packs and pulled a golden Ysera.
Oh, man.
What? Wow.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But I normally disenchant everything that's golden, but I was just looking at it like...
I usually keep anything that produces more cards. If it makes
like,
golden stuff.
I don't have too many cards on the other 2 servers, so I was like, oh, that's a lot of dust.
Yeah.
But it's so pretty. Like, I can't conceivably see myself being able to run a deck with Ysera on America for a long time.
Yeah.
But when I do, it's going to be generating those golden cards.
Yeah. Nice.
First legendary I ever crafted. But so we've got some other notable happenings this week amongst us. So Squirrel, how was your day in Hearthstone?
I had a great day. I hit legend today, and so this is a back-to-back months for me, my 3rd time, and it was really cool because I had not only Bobson watching me, but one of my close friends was watching the game as well, spectating, getting to watch the final boss. So
that's awesome.
I had 2 final bosses, but
yeah, it was 2, and then you went back down to like the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
Kinda.
Yeah, but I pulled it off. It was great. I crafted myself 3 gold cards to commemorate the occasion. First is a gold. I crafted a golden Sunkeeper Tarim because he is just amazing. He's the absolute MVP. I played on, just for everyone listening, I played primarily aggro warlock paladin.
Nobody's playing warlock.
No warlock.
Silly.
Not at least in ranked. And it was just the pure face aggro build. And it's Sunkeeper is just such an amazing card. It flips games totally on its side.
Yeah.
So it's got such amazing synergy with War Leader.
Yeah, with War Leader, and just a synergy with just making tokens. Like even if you play them on 8. Your hero power, you play him, and your hero power is a 3/3. He's just, and then when people play, I mean, the biggest thing was like when they're playing like Primordial Drake or something, and then they have this big taunt up, and all your stuff is like at 1 health now, and then you just play it and you smash one guy into it, and he's just amazing. He's the most he's the most versatile offensive or defensive card that I've seen in a while.
He heals your guys. He's like Aldo Peacekeeper.
Yeah,
He's
he's incredible.
He's so fun. He's so satisfying to use against Scavenging Hyena.
Yes. Definitely used against a lot of hyenas.
Or Edwin.
Along the way. I don't really think I've used him much against Edwin, but lots of big taunts.
Even against Quest Rogue. It's one of the few guys which actually counteracts the whole fucking.
It does, and that's amazing. So I crafted him, and I crafted 2 golden of the Stonekeeper.
Stonehill Defender.
Stonehill Defender. Thank you. Because why not make more golden Sunkeeper charms?
Yeah.
Just getting more of those golden taunts is just fantastic, and it's versatile because he's used in so many decks as well. So that was my commemorative score for that, it was great. I actually hit rank 1 very fast, and I've just had a lot going on over the past week. So
you did get there very quickly.
Yeah,
I saw a year. I was like, "Fuck, I'm falling behind here."
Yeah. This was a very fast.
Don't even talk about falling behind.
I just felt like
You're excused.
I feel like it was just a really solid week. Solid month of playing with this deck. It's just so strong, and I'm very happy. Another month at Legend, and then now I can just start playing my mid-range Quest Warlock in Legend. And I'll talk about that at the end of the show. I've been playing with him a little bit, but in our email segment, I will discuss that a little bit further.
My week was amazing. I hit rank 15 for the first time this month, and it felt great. No, but I
back in the big time.
You can't lose stars at this rank.
I know, it's so great. That was I think I started at like 19 or something, and I played a little bit like at the very beginning of the month, but I've been so busy with work these past few weeks, so glad I'm getting the rank 15 chest. Maybe I'll try and get 10 or something like that.
You can get 10 easy.
Yeah, I just gotta put the time into it. Who knows? Maybe I can push for Legend.
I would advise you to try Squirrel's deck. I started playing it after he showed me the list after I was spectating about it. I went from 5 and 0 stars to 4 and 4 stars in an hour or so.
I've been playing the notorious Control Mage, and oh my god, it is a monster.
Well, let me tell you the secret to playing the aggro Murloc deck versus Control Mage. Pick Eye for an Eye.
Oh yeah.
When they least expect it, right at the end, when they're at 1 health, you throw up the Eye for an Eye, and then they ping you, and they die. Yep. It's a fantastic feeling.
It looks awesome.
The unlosable position.
Yes.
You just get into a position where you literally cannot lose. Fantastic.
All right, so let's move on to the news today. We have quite a few things to go over from a few from last week that came out, and a few from this week. So Bob, why don't you take it away with the European spring playoffs?
Yeah. So over the weekend, it was like there were the European spring playoffs in locations all around Europe. My girlfriend was visiting this weekend. Otherwise, I knew that Tice and Tyler were both playing in the Netherlands one, and that would have been quite cool to go and see. But alas. So it went down to I think it was a Swiss format. So there were some pretty controversial moments in that, as always. If you look up the thread on Reddit, you'll find your usual considerable amounts of people complaining about the format.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. So we have our 4 European contenders for the Spring Championships in Shanghai. So Hoj? Anyone? Hoj. Where's he from? He's actually a guy I have not. He's the one of the guys who I had not actually heard of, and he actually won, beating
good for him.
Calento in the final.
Hosh was around for a long time early on, and then last year, 2016, was a rough year for him. But he started 2017.
He's back, baby.
Big comeback, yeah. And the final versus Calento was actually really fun to watch because Calento had some amazing games the whole time, but Hosh just made him look silly.
Well, so I mean, there's some pretty strong European representatives for the Shanghai. We've also got RDU and Nerea alongside Hers and Calento.
Yeah, that's a
pretty strong lineup
for Europe.
That's a pretty strong lineup.
Yeah.
Interesting to see whether Europe does as well as it did last time.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So I'm really looking forward to the Shanghai Spring Championship. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Should be pretty good. And
Yeah.
we've also had a fair amount of news. Well, we've had a few announcements from Blizzard about various random feature
They're all
implementations.
wonderful. They're all so wonderful.
Well, so let's start out with the most boring one. So Saturday was free card day. Yay!
Yay!
Did everyone enjoy their free card?
I appreciated the 100 dust. It helped me craft Secret Eater or whatever it's called. Eater of Secrets. I never thought I would ever craft that card, but I did. Thank you to Free Dust Saturday.
It is very much the meta for that card.
And a lot of people were really happy with it because it wasn't like it didn't replace the quest. Because people would be crying if they didn't get their quest that day, or it interfered with their normal stuff. It was just a free quest. Ben Brode had said something about wanting to keep Hearthstone spicy, and by doing different things like this, for example. I hope that they continue to do it.
Hopefully
I think it's a great
every
idea.
Saturday is Free Dust Saturday.
It's Free Dust Day.
People love the long
I just got why it was Fight Promoter. It's because it was the European spring qualifiers.
Okay.
At that moment, which is I guess why it was Fight Promoter.
Makes sense.
However, they could have really made a bigger deal of that because I've just figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's Monday. And I missed. So in the future, we need to give more analysis to what card they give away. Because I didn't think that they were just trying to get everyone to play Handbuff Paladin or Ramp Druid.
I don't know. I mean, a card might see play eventually. Drawing 2 cards is pretty powerful. So
but
it actually saw play at the beginning of the Ongoro meta when people were messing a lot with Handbuff.
Yeah.
Because it could draw from itself being played. So if it was buffed, and it was a 6/6, it would draw just by playing itself.
Which is always
the Goro meta or the Gadget Zen meta?
I'm sorry. No, the Gadget Zen meta.
I was like, wow. I was like, Handbuff tried again.
Sorry.
Well, Handbuff Elemental Paladin was kind of a thing for a bit, but I didn't think it ran that.
I'm sorry, at the beginning of the Gadget Zen meta.
I mean, every card was played with a bit at the start of the Gadget Zen meta before everyone just figured out that it was small time Buccaneer, and that was all you needed. And so we have the best new feature. Well, actually, we have 2 really, really cool new features. The first is that Blizzard are trying to get in on Hearthstone's bit. They're making it possible for you to export deck lists.
I love this feature.
Share them with your friends. Excited. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. So I like the implementation of the kind of deck recipe card replacer thing. So the deal is that if you do not have one of the cards. Say a pro player's just tweeted, here's the list I'm using. Instead of just putting a screenshot now, they can just copy a list. Then you can just go into Hearthstone, import deck, boom.
Yeah.
Any of the weird legendaries
It's gonna
that
save
you might
me
not
so
have.
much time having to post deck lists to people
Of
on my
like
page.
of like being in Hearthstone, looking at a screenshot, just going one card at a time. Okay, so 2 of them,
Yep.
1 of them.
It's even worse
2
on the
of them.
phone where I have to like close the Hearthstone app to go back to the internet, look at it, try and memorize as much as I possibly can, and then go back
And,
to the app.
then you always get to 30 cards and 1 card early, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
So this is doing us all, like especially like you say, it's going to be a great thing. For
I'm
people
pretty
on
positive though it's
mobile
only going to be on the
devices.
computer though. I don't think this will be on mobile. It might,
You think?
but
I mean, it's just going to. I think it's just going to be a kind of the way it's exported is just a kind of code.
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, that make it.
So
a
it
lot
should
easier.
just be copy paste.
Yeah, 'cause I'm always on the go. I'm mostly playing on my phone, except if I have like a few hours to sit on the computer. So
Also, you can export the gold cards in it, and if you like the gold cards, that is what you want.
Well, it's good. I think it's a great feature. And because apparently net decking was too hard to begin with, so they made it a little bit easier for us. I mean, sure, it's nice to save some time, but I really wish there's a lot of other features that I wish they were working on and spending their time on rather than this. But sure, it's good. I'll take it. But
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna make it more like people won't be able to get closer with their fan base, like especially pro players. Like it'd be easier to share their list, their ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, just tweet a deck list.
Yeah.
Someone can import it, try it, boom.
Yeah, let's move on.
And
We can
the
go on for
other big feature, drum roll please. Because the friendly, what was it called? Friendly competition
Yeah.
was so popular. As of an undisclosed time, people will now be able to complete their daily quests against their friends.
That's great.
Yay!
Which is so good.
I don't know. I mean, it's good and bad. You can if you get crappy quests, you don't have to waste your time like playing on the ladder.
Yeah, because which is my main thing. Like, say you have a play 5 Warlock games quest, and I mean you don't have a golden Lakari sacrifice quest to play. Like, what are you supposed to do then?
Yeah.
I'm not playing Warlock on ladder.
Well, the problem is it's not play, it's win.
Yeah.
So those have always been the controversial quests where people would prefer if it was just play versus win. I like the play 50 cards or the play 100 of this class. Play 100 Murloc. Whatever.
I don't like play 100 Murlocs, although I guess with your deck that's probably pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's like what, 6 games?
It's not very difficult for 100 gold, but the win is difficult. So playing against friends can definitely be beneficial.
Now we can just rope every turn.
But again,
just let us die.
I think this is great. I think that this is fantastic. I love it. But this isn't a new feature. This was something they already have coded, was already implemented in the game, and now they're just switching it out and making it permanent. So this was done months ago, and so this isn't really new, people were saying we want new stuff, new features, so they're like, here you go. But this was already in there.
Yeah.
We've already had this, so they're just flipping the switch and saying it's permanent.
Well,
So
they're just getting the old stuff out of the way. That way they can focus on new stuff.
Where are the new features? Where's our tournament mode? Where's the new stuff coming down the pipe? So that's what I want to know.
I feel like
Where's the quest mode?
the fireside gathering things, I feel like that's the big step towards the right direction for tournament mode.
Yes, absolutely.
So like it shows that they're
Fixed
interested.
spectator
They're working on it. They're like, here's kind of like a prototype kind of thing. So
Sure.
What I'd
sure.
like to see is them to fix the spectator
It's fantastic, and they have custom brawls for it, and I'm all for the fireside gatherings. I love going to fireside gatherings. My local ones are great. Big shout out to Dave Florist and crew for making them awesome. But let's get moving with that, or let's get moving with different types of arena.
Well, the big issue with I've been reading a lot about this. I think is it's on multi-platforms, and they have to deal with different publishers, different software producers, all that, whatever you call it. And so like apparently takes a long time for them to make any type of change, because they have to format it to Windows, they have to format it to Apple,
right.
Amazon.
I keep forgetting we're dealing
Android.
with a small software company,
So like
that doesn't make any money off this game. So
I mean,
that's a big problem.
yeah.
I think
it's got the small development team.
I just really wish they could implement it on PC and Mac or whatever, and then slowly incorporate it to the mobile things. I don't know. I feel like they'd have so much more stuff if it was that way, but can't win them all.
All right, gentlemen. Well,
baby steps.
That's it for the news for this week. Hopefully we'll get some new and exciting announcements coming soon. But for now, let's move on to the meta.
Wait, just before we do that, I realized that we've got nothing. Speaking of game modes, we don't have anything set into the program to talk about Tavern Brawl. Like, did you guys check that out this week?
I played it. I think I can't remember what it was.
It was a repeat of Reform versus Kel'Thuzad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, there isn't.
If you got Reform, you win.
Much to,
yeah.
If you get Reform, you win. If you get Kel'Thuzad, you lose.
You don't win.
It's
I played once. I won, and that was the last time I played it.
I don't know. I played it to complete my play 5 or more, or 5 cost or more minions, because that deck was full.
It's probably quite good for that. Yeah, I think it was one of the worst Tavern Brawls that we've had recently. What struck me was I remember this Tavern Brawl being insanely imbalanced back when it happened, and they have changed it since then. They've changed it, but they haven't addressed any of the balance issues. I'm fairly certain what I remember is Kel'Thuzad's hero power used to be resurrect a minion.
Something like that.
And Reforms used to be the third hero power was legendary minion, but before that it was kind of minions cheaper than 5, minions cheaper than 3.
Yeah.
Were the first 2. And they've just changed it to rare, epic, legendary. So they kept the legendary one, which was the insanely overpowered part. And also
epic was pretty good.
But also Kel'Thuzad's deck the first time round had Counterspell, which was the main way that it could actually win. And they took that out, which just made it go so much further in Reform's favor. So they made Kel'Thuzad's hero power worse, took out its win condition, and made Reform's better.
Yep.
So I felt like this Tavern Brawl was, a really big miss, which is sad.
Yeah.
It's another one of those play one and move on.
So, and we didn't get a chance to talk about the compendium from the previous week, which was also heavily flawed. Do you guys remember playing that?
Oh, the last week's Tavern Brawl, the anniversary Tavern Brawl?
Yeah. Specifically, did you at any point
play
Warrior?
I only played Clone Ball. That was it.
I mean, Clover was one of the better ones.
Yeah,
But
that's why I played it.
Did you encounter the warrior one?
I don't think
It was
so.
pretty much only Hunter I bumped into.
The warrior had Banana Brawl, which was super heavily bugged. Like, the original Brawl was quite bugged. So, and they imported it, like, bugs and all. And what they'd also imported was, in the Banana Brawl, when a minion died, both players would get bananas. So, it was the only class which gave an equal advantage, when the whole thing was about how each class would have its own ridiculous advantage.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
While warriors would level the playing field for you. And it was heavily bugged, so like sometimes a minion dying would throw out 2 bananas.
That's fun.
It was pretty dreadful.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
They had a big streak of awesome tavern brawls in a row, but
Yeah, they really did. And it's kind of fallen a bit flat the past couple of weeks.
yeah,
So fingers crossed Wednesday is gonna shoot for the moon.
yeah, for sure.
Hopefully. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the meta snapshots we got for this week. Start off with Wild. Shake things up a little bit.
Wild.
Pirate Warrior is number 1. It has dethroned Reno Lock. Reno Lock was on top for almost 2 years.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, now it's down to 3. So we got Pirate Warrior, and then Reno Mage, and then Reno Lock, and then Control Shaman. That's all tier 1. Tier 2, we have Inner Fire Priest, Aggro Shaman, Egg Druid, which got bumped down, it looks like, Freeze Mage, Jade Druid, Control Warrior, Recruit Paladin, and
Recruit Paladin is awesome.
Reno Nazoth Priest. I've never heard of Recruit Paladin. I'm assuming it's a bunch of recruit buffs.
Oh, really? Yeah, so, well, like, when you saw Lightfuse Stegodon, like, what was the first card you thought of not Muster for Battle?
Yeah,
I thought of Quartermaster.
Yeah, so
It's a beast.
It's basically a deck which is kind of just all the Silver Hand Recruit things.
Yeah. I love decks that are based around the hero power. That's awesome.
Yeah, so you got Lost in the Jungle, Muster for Battle, Hero Power, Sunkeeper Tarium, Quartermaster, Lightfuse Stegodon, Stand Against Darkness, 5 dudes.
You got, does it come with the Justicar Trueheart?
I don't actually think it runs that. It's pretty much like a zoo deck in Paladin. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
But so there's a couple of interesting changes. Like Reno Mage is just like that wasn't even in like tier 3 last time we had a show.
yeah,
Like
It's moved up.
I think it's like and when we go to the standard, like Mage is just I don't know, appeared and just obliterated things. Pretty much everything. I think it's mostly down to Primordial Glyph. That card is so good.
So good.
Like and Arcanologist, obviously. That card is also nuts.
Yes.
I think in Wild, being able to run both Arcanologist and Mad Scientist in a Reno deck.
Well, it's
pretty
cool
good.
It looks like it runs Toshli. That's pretty cool to see Toshli being run in a deck.
Yeah, it runs Toshli because like obviously spare parts go with Antonidas.
Yeah.
There you get the Inzoth, brings it back. Kind of like it's like the less greedy version of what some people did with like Ronin, which is like the ultimate greed deck.
Yeah.
So this one's probably slightly better. Like, I'm quite intrigued too, and obviously the fact that it just shits on Reno Lock makes it quite good in the Wild meta.
Yeah.
And Inner Fire Priest is going way up.
That tech is good. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
I think-
It's annoyingly good.
Annoyingly good.
Yeah, I think it was Jackie Chan who got to like 20 something Wild Legend with it. Just because Deathlord's so good in Inner Fire Priest. And Velen's Chosen. Velen's Chosen is so good.
It is
I
so
missed that
annoying.
part
I
so
was playing
much.
someone and they did what was it? They had Deathlord. They played Power Word Tentacles, doubled its health. And
He
made
played
it-
Tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
So I don't even know what it was. What was it like a 28? I was just like, yep, you win. Okay, next game.
Well,
That's-
that was
they have
fun.
when you see they have that big hand, and they just have one thing sitting there that you can't kill, you just know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Oh. Radiant Elemental, Shadow Visions, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, dead.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's move on over now to Standard, which we have here. Control Mage is number 1, which is awesome. We got Aggro Druid
Which-
number 2, Mid-Range Paladin number 3, Pirate Warrior 4. Pirate Warrior's getting pushed down. Secret Mage 5, Aggro Paladin 6. That's all tier 1. So, I mean, it's
So a lot of the old, like, you remember the tier 1 at the start of the meta, that's all just been
Just-
kicked off.
it's pretty much
like,
Pirate Warrior.
Taunt-
Pirate Warrior's up top. Still, that's it.
Taunt Warrior's down. Quest Rogue is down. Miracle Rogue is, I can't actually see it,
It's tier 2.
so that's
It's
down.
way down tier 2.
Oh,
I think it's fantastic
Sorry.
that the top 4 decks in tier 1 are different classes.
Yeah, that's always good.
It just it shows that there's diversity. I mean, and then if you go down to tier 2, rogue, shaman, priest, all make appearances there. So I mean, so you have 4, 5, 6. You have 7 of the 9 classes are represented in tier 1 and tier 2.
I'm very surprised
Bye-bye,
to see
Hunter.
Shaman and Warrior or Warlock. No, Warrior. Oh my gosh, Shaman and Hunter down in tier 3.
I know Shaman's right at the top of tier 2 there.
Oh, there it is. Total Shaman. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Oh my gosh, and Warlock's not even listed. It's all the way at the
Warlock's
bottom.
tier
Tier 4.
Zulak. So
Oh, man.
Quest Warlock is not even tier 5. Let's all take a moment and of silence for my dust.
Totally worth it.
The Dex,
I
the
mean-
Dex doesn't exist. They're like, don't even consider it.
Yeah, so
It's not
Well,
even an
like-
honorable mention.
so the Warlock quest doesn't even get to go in there. The Hunter quest doesn't get to go in there. Priest is in there. Mage is in there. Warrior's in there. Rogue's in there. Shaman doesn't get to go in there.
I crafted all those too.
I got a golden Unite the Murlocs.
Yeah, I got Golden
It's-
Lucari Sacrifice. I immediately disenchanted it.
I
I actually got 6.
Remember?
Remember,
Squirrel.
you watched my stream when I was opening packs. I got 5 Lucari Sacrifice and a 6th one as golden. I disenchanted all.
I thought those were Vine Cleavers.
No, I got 16 Vine Cleavers.
I just saw the Vine Cleavers. I didn't see the Lucari Sacrifices.
Yeah, I just kept getting them, and I was like, yes, oh, okay, it's another quest.
Oh, not another one of these. Wait,
I'm really
I'm trying to think what other quest. Druid quest. Druid quest isn't there.
That quest
well,
sucks.
and the very bottom of tier 5 is Mage Quest, which really when people saw Time Warp, they
They
just
were like, "Oh my god, this is so broken."
really,
And now
and it's just amazing that it didn't work the way that everyone thought it was. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, that one was quite like all the quests were so.
Well, like a new feature, everyone's like, oh my gosh, these are all busted.
It's like the ones which were rated really highly were generally terrible, and the ones which were rated quite badly have turned out to be fairly good.
Yeah.
Like everyone thought Quest Rogue would be shit, except me. Just saying. And that turned out to be fairly good. Everyone thought the Hunter quest would be like game breaking, and it
Yeah.
turned out to just be the most dreadful thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They thought people thought Mage Quest would be like meta defining, and it's tier 5. What else
I
was
thought the
there?
Warlock Quest was going to be great.
Yes, you did, Squirrel. Yes, you did.
It looks cool.
You said
Really, what it comes down to is this: to me, the tiers seem spot on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really strong. I love seeing Mage make such a strong comeback. I love seeing.
it's just such a rapid comeback as well.
Yeah.
Like
Quest,
it's quite interesting to see how Secret Mage has become a thing,
yeah.
and also how
It's, I think, fallen down to where it belongs in tier 2, because it's just so easily counterable. And people were just thought it was so broken, but it really is.
in face
Yeah,
it
just
loses.
ignore their stuff and go face until they're about to go. I mean, sure, if they get the nuts draw, they're going to beat you. It's just that simple. But that's just about every deck. So
Honestly, I think if you're going to play aggro, I don't see why you would play an aggro deck which is an aggro druid.
Yeah.
It's just like turn 1, innovate, vicious fledgling, you win.
well, I mean, there's also aggro paladin, which is fantastic.
But aggro druid runs hungry crap.
Yes, it does, and it makes me very
Which
bitter
really,
when it happens.
it feels so
Yeah.
good.
I honestly think that aggro druid is just as strong, if not stronger, than aggro paladin.
Yeah.
I was just playing it because I wanted to get my golden paladin this month, which I
I
did.
think aggro paladin is, on the whole, better against the meta, but aggro druid is specifically better against paladin.
Such a good
Yes,
deck. They're both such good decks.
100% agreed. Completely agreed.
So aggro druid, do you prefer water or other?
Water.
Because I was trying to, I prefer the water version, but I was trying to think what we'd actually put in besides that if you weren't. I guess it's Tired Hydra, Ravasol, Runts. What would you put in there if you weren't putting the 5 Murlocs?
I don't know. I don't
In
even
aggro.
consider it. I just run the water package. I'm like,
just
it's
think
too
water
good. It's too
too
good to
strong.
not run.
Oh, we've just been sent a deck list. This is a Murloc priest.
Yeah. One of our viewers was saying that he thinks Murloc Priest is completely underrated. So he told him to send in the deck. So we could talk about that in our email segment.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
So let's go ahead.
I have actually played against this Murloc priest.
Okay, well, let's move on to your deck of the week, which is going to be the Combo Priest. Bobson, tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so this is it's a priest deck, so obviously it was made by Kibler originally. Who else? He is one of probably my absolute favorite streamer because I like priest a lot, and so this deck it's in the past week or so become considerably less good because it does struggle a bit against mages unless you it does okay against the kind of more aggro burn mage and the secret mage, but against the control mage it just really really struggles unless you get some pretty nuts Elise value.
Yeah.
But it is as an all-round deck, particularly against aggro, this just dominates. So, I mean, let's walk you through the deck list. So, there's a priest list. So, you've got clerics, potion of madnesses to destroy hunters, power word shields, radiant elementals, pains, deaths, lyra, 2 Dragonfire potions, like just as the things that you wouldn't. Oh, and Shadow Visions, obviously, like the cards that you would not run a priest deck without in any circumstances.
So the priest package.
Yeah, just the priest things, and then it's like I think this is the most recent iteration, which has become like more tech to the current meta. So it has a single wild pyromancer because pyro, coin, shield. It's very good against pirates.
Oh, definitely.
/ just other aggro decks. It's pretty good against druid as well. It's also got. This was quite an interesting one. It's got a single mana geode. I think it previously had 2, and it's actually quite a good anti. It's just like a small amount of store when you're playing against quest rogue.
Was that where if it's healed, so
like
2/2?
Yeah, that thing. Which because it's slightly a little bit more incentive for them not to like play their early game things, so that it takes them a little bit longer to do the quest, by which point you've hopefully Shadow Visions kind of, so you have like 4 Dragonfire potions in your hand, and then you're okay.
Just kill them all.
Dragonfire potion, very good against quest rogue. And also a couple of Tar Creepers, because that card is beautiful. And this deck it's a kind of control combo mid-range deck. So in the early game you're just all about stalling. And Tar Creeper is very good against aggro rushing. It also runs Elise, like, so this as a kind of control deck, it runs Elise and Medivh are basically the games. The deck's late game is Medivh, free from Amber, and Elise. Those are pretty much it. And so the idea is that the deck just has the fully contained combo of Elise, Shadow Visions, 3 packs, and you just